Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. I just finished this sketchbook and I am so excited to share it with you. I've been working on this for a while. I think either 2019 or 2020 is when I started it, and it is December 2025 right now. So let's take a look. This is a variety of different swatches. This was when the Ohuhu brush markers first came out, I think. This is an Ohuhu sketchbook, 2020. Okay, so this was early 2020, I believe. It was before I got this filming room here. I was in the cold part of the basement, and this was the first thing I did, a combination of Ohuhu markers and Prismacolor pencils. I really don't know everything. I've torn up some pages because I've used them to swatch on, or they marker bled onto them. As you can see, the ink does go through the papers. This was using some water-based markers. I think there were also Ohuhu water-based markers. I was just seeing how they would do on this paper, and water-based markers did pretty well on this. Here, I think I was, I don't know exactly what I was doing here. Oh, you know what I think I was doing? I was making some swatch labels for some markers. So I was like, I think I was sitting on the couch and I was putting my swatch labels here, coloring them, and then taping them to my markers. And there was I was testing to see how alcohol markers and water-based markers blended on this paper. And this is a ballpoint pen. I did a couple of projects for Bic, and they had those 4-color pens, and they wanted me to do some artwork with those pens. And that's the same right here too. This was in the spring, and I remember sitting outside sketching those. This one was, I don't know what time of year it was, but it was a picture of my daughter in a beanie, and I thought that was cute. I took a picture of her. It's not that realistic, but I could tell it's her. I could tell it's Lila. Oh, we have a paper. Oh, I started to sketch something here, but I apparently abandoned it really quickly, and then we got another blueberry with a ballpoint pen. So some of these were not the best use of the paper. I could probably go back in and do something on those pages, but I don't know if I will or not, because they'd be completely out of context. This was just a leaf I took a photo of from a walk, and that's a marker and a little bit of colored pencil and a little bit of pen. This was, I think this was a Inktober one when I was doing figures one Inktober. And yeah, I think so, because this was also Inktober. This person on the witch. I think this might have been the second Inktober I did, and I went all the way through. So this was, yeah, 2019 was the first Inktober I did all the way every day, and I did hands the first Inktober, and I did figures the second Inktober. And yeah, 2 of them were in here. This was, oh, I did a 3-color challenge. I just grabbed 3 colors at random out of my bag of markers and just did a little drawing. And I'm not exactly sure. This is my cat. I don't know why I sketched her, but probably because I just wanted something to sketch. And I have a lot of, I don't know what I was doing there, what markers those were, but they look like they were pretty over blended or something. I don't know. I had I think I maybe was trying to blend out triads from a set, and looks like I went over them with the blender because they got all really bleached out there, it looks like. Oh, this is when they first came out with some pastels. Or maybe it says Ohuhu new pastel set of 48, so I'm not sure if it was their old one or their new one. But yeah, they came out with a couple pastel sets. And, oh yeah, I was comparing colors from the 120 set and the 48 pastel set to see how much overlap there was. So I do a lot of Ohuhu marker work in here. Oh, another cupcake. I say another cupcake. I'm sure there's more cupcakes to come because I love to draw a cupcake, and we're into 2021 here. Let's see, Artify blending test. I'm not sure what markers those were. It must have been their brush tip alcohol markers. It looks like alcohol markers from the edge, not water-based. Oh, and they had a skin tone set. I think I was probably trying their skin tones there. And this was just a little, without line art, a little freesia flower. Ardex brush markers here. I'm telling you what, brush markers were coming out. Alcohol markers with brush tips were like big at this point, and every company was coming out with brush tip markers, and some were great and some were not great. I think at this point most of them were pretty much like the Ohuhu ones. There was some brush markers that were coming out before this that were just fray after a couple weeks that were not great. Some of the store brands had them. Art Alternatives had them. Oh gosh, what was the other one? Studio 71 had them. It started off really good, but then they would just go so mushy really quickly. But now these better brush nibs have come out, the reversible ones, and a bunch of companies were using them, and that was the Ardex Oros markers. They were just coming out fast and furious, and And I was reviewing them as fast as they came out. Another cupcake. I think that was with the Oros markers. They came out with a pastel set pretty soon off the bat because that's what everyone was saying when the Ohuhu was coming out with their brush tips. It's like, we need pastels, we need pastels, we need skin tones, and so they did that. I think this one, I'm not sure if this was Ardex or Ohuhu. Oh, I think I was just doing a demo on different inking techniques there. Oh, these were gummies. Oh, I remember this was Inktober. And the prompt was tempting, and I remember sketching these Halloween gummy candies while watching Fright Night, the remake of Fright Night. I really like how those came out. I love to draw candies, and I used colored fine liners, which I think gave it a lighter, squishier look. I think I was doing something for my alcohol marker workshop. I think this was maybe just showing the differences in the line weights in fine liners. I'm not exactly sure what I was going on here. I sketched one of those little moldable, one of those little artist mannequins. Oh, yep, this is a garlic. This is done with Art Beak markers. This is in 2023. We lost a few pages there. They had this 262 set of markers. It was like for $100. And I remember sitting out on the deck. This was summertime. Yeah, I think this was summertime, and just kind of swatching them, making swatches for every marker because the caps were horrendously bad. But the markers were fine. The caps were just terrible. The ink is not as good in the Art Beak markers as they are in Ohuhu or the Ardex, but anyway, I did that garlic, and I actually took those with me to the Inktober retreat to use, because that way I wouldn't worry about losing them or anything, and I'd have all the colors that I could possibly want. And this was another sketch I did with them, and I added some gel pen on top, and you can see how the ink leached up through the gel pen, so I could go over that and brighten it back again if it bothers me, but it really doesn't. Oh, I was using my Sketchbook Floozy stencils to make some little layouts here. Some of them I filled, like I filled this one, 2023. This one must have been one of the first layouts, or I was getting ready to do the first layouts for the Sketchbook Floozies thing. I did a little live stream on landscapes. That's on my YouTube channel if you want to watch that. I was doing marker landscapes. Oh, this I did this year. This was recent. I think I backtracked in this book because I realized I hadn't done anything on those layout pages, and I was trying different grayscale markers. I was comparing the new Mason Ice markers, Me Color. They're also called Me Color. I'll show you that. Those are my pick for gray markers if you need gray markers. This set here is $30 on Amazon. They've got a set of 20, it's 20 markers. They have a set of 30 markers that's $39, which I would have got that one, but I wasn't sure that it was going to have all the cools and all the warms because the photos they had were misleading. But somebody that bought them said they were. But anyway, I got the 20 set that had 10 cool grays and 10 warm grays. I'm really happy with that. That's what that was blended with. Anyway, I also compared it to Copics and some other different brands that I had just to see what was good. This was the Art Beak one. They were not good comparatively. This was 2023 Inktober. I think the prompt was Dream, and I really liked how that came out. I thought that was really, really sweet. This is another Inktober. I think it was Chain or something. Something really obvious. Now, sometimes people ask me about colors leaching yellow from Ohuhu, and sometimes I will notice on the back of some pages that I get some leaching, and I thought it was in black, but it looks like it must be from the red marker here, because I'm seeing a little ghosting on that side from the red. But it didn't alter this, and it didn't bleed through onto the front side of this page, so something to keep in mind. And I'm not 100% sure I used Ohuhu for this, though. I think this might have actually been Cheap Joe's came out with a set of markers called Coda, and I think that I used the Coda markers for those. So, yeah. You know, sometimes with Ohuhu with the black, I'll see it leach, but there's no black leaching, but the red leached a little yellow. I don't know what that is. I don't know why it happens, but it just happens with some colors. But since this paper I only use one side of it, it hasn't been an issue, because if it's leached, it's just been on the back side, and I haven't had any other issues beyond that. So yeah, I did a bunch of these with the Coda markers. Oh, that was fun. I love little Christmas motifs in markers for some reason. And this, oh yeah, I was doing some more grays with that for that same review. I didn't want to waste that page. These were just a couple little illustrations. I think these were also Inktober in 2024. Oh, those are Altenew markers there? No, those might have been Olo markers. I think I was comparing them with some other nibs just to see. Because the Olos had a good nib on them, same as Copic and Altenew. They have very, very springy nibs, kind of like the new Plus markers that Ohuhu has. But anyway, I think I did those with Olo, I'm pretty sure. That one, I am honestly not sure what markers I did with that. You know, they all behave about the same, honestly. This one was Ohuhu, and I have a tutorial on that. And this was an Ohuhu water-based marker, just a quick little sketch. I think they all were together in that video for some reason. Ohuhu sponsors videos quite frequently on my channel, so, and that was another Ohuhu one, I believe. The Christmassy. I think it was anyway. Goodness. Oh, this one I was doing, I reviewed the Copic manga set of 24, and there was a neat little demo in the little brochure that came with it. Copic reached out to a bunch of YouTubers and sent them markers to review because I think they were trying to get over some bad PR about their markers drying out and cracks in the caps and all of that. So they had sent out random boxes of stuff to people. And I did the little demo that was in the little book, and I love that little blend on that manga. I don't do manga art, but I like the colors that are involved in the set because there's a lot of midtones and a lot of really light tones, so they're very easy to work with. If you have those pastels, they blend really well for alcohol markers. And then I did this with that manga set, with the Copic manga set, and that was fun. I think I was listening to an audiobook, the audiobook The Maidens, I think, when I did that. Gosh, there's not as much artwork in here as I thought. This was using the new Honolulu Plus markers and a little bit of colored pencil, and there's a video on that. That, I think, I'm not sure what this was done with the Ohuhu stuff, but can't remember exactly what it was I think it was actually Critique Club. I think I did this in real time for Critique Club and maybe did a time lapse for YouTube, if I'm recalling correctly. Oh, missed that page because I got some bleed over. This one has quite an in-depth tutorial on YouTube. I wanted to do a sticker effect, so I outlined her in white. This was one of those pieces where it's like, oh, I ruined it several times and brought it back from the brink. But I used a marker spritzer to get this like fuzzy shading in the background, and then I gave her a really thick outline to make her look kind of like a sticker. I don't know, it was kind of one of those things where I'd run out of bullets, we're gonna throw the gun, you know? And then this was a sketch from a photo I took down in Hollowell, Maine. I'd gone out to lunch. Jason and I went out to lunch with a couple friends of ours, and I just saw this cute little shop, and I took a photo. And actually, I wish I took a photo the other day because I was in this town a couple weeks ago, and it was all done up for Christmas, and I should have just stopped and grabbed a photo, but I was in a car, so I didn't. But it was super cute. This was done on a live stream last week, actually. We were just rolling the art dice and using the color cubes and kind of going from that for inspiration. And I had rolled a modern landscape, and then somebody said, put Santa in there, so I did. And then we drew this card at random of robots. It was kind of cool. It was fun. I just kind of divided up the page so that it would have, so I could fit more on there. And then I just did finish this one today, this little cupcake, and I love how that came out, kind of Christmassy colors, and it was fun. That was really fun, and I'm actually going to go edit this right now because that is the last artwork in the sketchbook. And I'm surprised at how long I used this book, and it wasn't precious because I kept going back and swatching in it, and I mean, this is a sketchbook. Now, yeah, I could go through and cut these pictures out and hang them up, but you know what? I wouldn't, because these are mostly all alcohol marker stuff, and alcohol markers fade, so might as well leave them in this book where they can stay away from the sunlight. I'll put it on my stack of finished sketchbooks and go find another one to take its place on my shelf from the working sketchbook. I actually have the same sketchbook in a 9x12, and I'll probably grab that one next because I know how this paper performs. It's very reliable. It's the Ohuhu marker pad. It's got that embossed cover. It's, I think, around $17, but considering how much of this I used and how much I enjoyed using it and how much I like the paper, I think it's a great value, and you can see how much I tore out of this book. So honestly, there's probably at least a third. I probably ended up taking a third of those pages out. So you can see there's a lot of really good paper in there. And sometimes I took the page out because I did the artwork and then I wanted to put the artwork like in a portfolio or something like that. So, So there you have it. Thank you for watching this this sketchbook tour. Let me know in the comments which artwork was your favorite, and let me know if you remember seeing any of those tutorials and if you did any of them. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.